feed my 6 children.
Racism in people.
I'm not paying for a damn thing.
In this video, we'll be talking about food stamps because the government has been shut down, and because of that, one of the main places where people are really starting to feel that impact has been in food stamps or like the SNAP benefits. So now that the beginning of the month, November 1st, is rolling up, there's a lot of states, a lot of people out there that are not gonna have their SNAP benefits reloaded. And this isn't specifically because they did anything wrong, mainly just because the government can't get its act together, and we'll be discussing that too between the left and the right. But regardless, there are two different realities that are happening at the same time. We've got the people that genuinely rely and need this program, that are actually using it for a hand up and to stay afloat. And then on the other side, you got people treating it like a side hustle, selling the stamps, abusing the system, just buying up tons and tons of junk food. There's a lot to get into. This whole shutdown has really started to expose both of those sides. The one side that's been struggling for survival and the one side that is just completely taking advantage. So let's talk about what SNAP is supposed to be, what it has become, and why moments like this really show the difference between those needing help and those playing the system. So if you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe.
You know what? Since they want to take food stamps away, I'm going to Walmart. I'm going to rack up any damn thing I want, throw this shit right in the basket. I'm coming right about the move, get the out of my way. I'm not paying for a damn thing. Y'all got me up. I ain't getting a food stamp on EBT. Oh, watch this. Watch this.
Okay, on one side, I can see how this man can be very angry for not getting his food stamps, and he will do whatever it takes to survive, which means going to Walmart, looting, and stealing food. But on the other side, it's like you should be building up fail-safes for yourself. Like, you should be more responsible and understanding that you can't always rely on the government for something, which is also ironic because we just had this No Kings protest. You in the streets marching about you don't want kings, but now you're begging for the kings to feed you. Pretty ironic there. But regardless, your solution shouldn't be to go steal. Your solution should be, okay, now that I know this can be taken away from me just with that easy, what do I need to do to always make sure that I'm good? What do I need to do to protect myself and my family, or if it's just him, whoever it may be? What do I need to do to do the appropriate steps to make sure I'm never put in a situation where I won't be having food? That's really what should be happening. And regarding this government shutdown, my main question has been, why? Not just like why the government has been shut down, but how the food stamps came into play. Because we all know the government shutdowns have happened before, and we know food stamps have been impacted before, but why now all of a sudden is it such, like, why is it such a pressing issue in this moment? And truly, I think a lot of that is due to the infighting that is constantly going on between the Democrats and Republicans. Because yeah, the Senate Democrats blocked Republican proposal to end shutdown for the 11th time, and as of today, filming this video, the 13th time, which is also ironic because we're always like, I keep hearing from the left and liberals, this is Trump's fault, Republicans' fault, yada, yada, yada. But it's also the Democrats blocking it and not really reaching a solution. And it's reasons like this that why I love tools like Ground News, so that I can always see what the left, center, and right is always saying. So if you want to get involved, be sure to tap the link below or scan the QR code here on the screen. Because regarding this government shutdown, it has been hard to really point out why and who's doing what, who's saying what, because everyone is so polarized. The right, the left, the left, the left, the left, the right, the right, the right. We need tools to actually just see what is going on, and it's because of Ground News that I use every single day of my life that helps me stay grounded and understand what's really going on in this media landscape. Ground News is not just a website, but it's also a mobile app that equips you with the tools to see the media from all sides. They take one story and it pumps in what CNN, Fox, MSNBC, ABC, what everybody is saying on a specific topic, and you can clearly see the different headlines, who's saying what, left, right, and center, who's paying for, who bought it, what's the buy split. It really just equips you with all the tools you need to see the media from a leveled playing field. I think it's incredibly important to be empowered when you're reading the news, to understand what you are reading and to see all different angles, and Ground News makes that possible. So again, if you want to get involved, be sure to tap the link below or scan the QR code here on the screen to get 40% off the Vantage plan, which is the one that I use, which unlocks all the cool features that Ground News has both on their website and their mobile app. Again, it is the year 2025. I'm a big fan of controlling the controllable and making sure that you're seeing all sides, and this is the one site that equips me to do that.
Yesterday when I was checking out in Walmart, the couple next to me was reading a sign that was like, it's a federal crime to sell your food stamps. And the wife looked at her husband and was like, people sell their food stamps? I just giggled because she was genuinely like, Why would anybody sell their food stamps? I don't understand. What, aren't you going to use them? The husband was like, yes, honey, people sell the food stamps. And it was like an older white couple. It was just it was she was shocked. She was genuinely flabbergasted.
I love her accent, her laugh. But yes, that is the thing. People actually get their food stamps and they sell it off. Like they sell it off to their friends and their family and they exchange it for cash. I've seen people get drugs. I've seen people buy clothes, jewelry, get their nails done in exchange for somebody else to get the food stamps. And basically by selling it, say, for example, oh, I'll give you, you can spend $150 on my food stamps for 100 cash. So you're getting $50 of profit, basically getting $50 in groceries. That's how that works. And so this is one of the many reasons why people aren't feeling as bad regarding the food stamps, because it has been a system that has been incredibly taken advantage of, sadly, for a very long time. And it's those kind of people that do take away from the real people that genuinely need this platform and actually need this help and this hand up when they're going through a rough time or just have a family to feed.
I just finally got confirmation that food stamps is officially cut for next month.
Now, I'm gonna let this play, but I feel like this is just we're gonna keep it real, y'all. We're gonna keep it real. There's no obligation for the government to really help you because you decide to open your legs and have 6 children. That's expensive. Children are expensive, and it shouldn't be on a taxpayer's dime to help you out because you didn't do proper planning with your legs and finances. Yeah, you have 6 kids, and I really do feel bad for those kids. But I also just feel bad for those kids in general that they were raised in really, really hard times. And this is coming from someone who's been raised in hard times. Hello, been evicted, seen the car get repossessed, homeless, the whole nine. Like, I've been through it. It's sad. But at what point are we gonna stop letting our empathy cloud our judgment and just say, you know what, everyone gets a handout, everyone gets a free-for-all, despite people knowingly and willingly putting themselves in those situations. And this is a little bit of a tangent, but this is why I get so frustrated when people are like, oh, gay people shouldn't adopt. Okay, well, it's like, damn, why can't a wealthy gay couple adopt 2 kids who need a home, put them in a really good school, take them on vacations, give them a really nice childhood, and set them up on a foundation to give them a good life? That's seen as like more bad. That's always being crapped on, this idea of 2 like gays adopting. But then we have people like this having kids nonstop, being raised in poor homes. You got stray people like just in the boonies, in the boonies and the hoods, just popping out kids left and right. And it's like, yeah, hooray family. But because I want to adopt, it's a problem. That's just a little tangent. That's just something that really irritates me. But we're going to see what this lady has to say. But off the bat, 6 kids is not my problem. Sorry.
And the thing about a lot of stereotypes is they say that if you're on SNAP benefits, you don't work hard, you sit on your butt and you just collect checks, when that's not the case. I work hard every single day. I get up every single day and clean houses, and I still rely on food stamps to feed my 6 children because the prices are so high. It's unrealistic to think about not having food stamps. Next month, I'm so terrified because 6 babies are always eating. Plus myself, I eat about 1 meal a day, but still. And it's like, they always say don't rely on the government. But sometimes, like,
I was just about to say that. Like, I want to hear, let her talk. You shouldn't be relying on the government. That was a key word that really stuck out to me because I'm all for helping you out. But the second you're dependent on the government just to exist, like you are depending on it because you decide to have 6 kids. I don't know what to tell you. I don't.
In situations right now where the government literally has raised prices over 300% on just everything, eggs, milk, everything, you do have to rely on stamps, especially in my situation where I just got custody of 3 children on top of mine. So we need it. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm terrified right now. And I don't know if anyone else is scared, but this is scary.
It's scary, and I feel bad for the children, but like, you know, it's not our problem. I feel like at one end, I do feel bad saying that, and it sucks. But on the other, it's like, you were the one that had 6 kids. You know, 3 now, and you've got custody of 3 more. So why did you bring on more? At what point are we going to prioritize this, like, healthy family planning? You know? At what point are we going to prioritize being financially smart, family planning, having good goals set out for yourself? Like, when is that going to take priority instead of you just freeballing life and then expecting the government to help you for life? Something's got to give.
No food stamps, no problem. Come on, let's go in Kroger. Let me show you how you can get you about 4 packs of meat for $20 to last you for the week.
Okay.
Right here, you got some $5 packs of chicken breast. Also, they got $10 packs of chicken wings. They got $5 packs of chicken drums. Here is a $10 pack of pork chops. Get you some Jiffy Mix. It's 69 cents here. You may can find it a little cheaper at another place.
You know what? While I find this very exciting, very thrilling, I love that this person's doing this, showing people the ropes on how to budget and really like make meals stretch on a dime. That's awesome. On the flip side, they should be doing that anyways. I know there are people that are, but also know there's tons of videos out there that we see of people just balling out all the snacks, all just like random stuff, when really I think the food stamps should be used like this. The food stamps should get you the bare necessities and then get you going. At that, I'm personally down with the food stamps as being gone completely, and we're sending out meal kits like Blue Apron or something, like Hungry Root, where we just send out the groceries to the families. You tell us how many kids you got, what's your family size, heights, weights, all that, and boom, you get a box of groceries pre-planned. There's your meals. Go about your day. Because if you are dependent on the government, if you're dependent on tax-paying services, it shouldn't be like a free-for-all, I get what I want, do what I want type of deal. No, that's my deal situation. So if you're not getting the boxes, you should be doing this already. Like, you should be really making it stretch completely and not be buying all the snacks and the juices, because you can't afford that. That's not your life. You can't do that.
So I'm gonna chime in on these SNAP benefits videos I've been seeing. People are upset because, you know, they're saying like our hard-earned tax dollars goes to people who don't work or whatever. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd rather my hard-earned tax dollars go to some people I see on a regular basis. Just people that live in my country. Even if you're here illegally, whatever. I'd rather know the money's here than all these $30 million shipments Israel's getting, Ukraine is getting, Argentina's getting 50 million.
That's valid to a certain extent. Like, the money is staying here, being recirculated here, but that doesn't mean I'm also okay with it being taken advantage of. It doesn't mean I'm also okay with the amount of taxes that I pay. Just watching it being abused, because that's not fun for me. It's not fun paying these taxes and then seeing it just getting taken advantage of or used. So yeah, on one end, I'm glad it's staying in the United States, but on the other end, I'm also not happy that I'm being taken advantage of.
50 million, like I'd rather the money stay here. And we could say whatever we want to say about the people that's been getting them for 20 plus years, and I don't care. I don't care.
You should.
We vote for all these different politicians because we think the money's going to stay here. The money's never going to stay here. We're never going to benefit from our tax dollars. So the only time you can benefit from our tax dollars is if you get government assistance. So anybody that can get government assistance, let them. Because that's the only time we're going to see our money. Other than that, our money goes overseas.
I don't agree with that fully at all. You can see the tax money around you, where you live, the roads you're driving on, all the service people. Like, you can see the money being spent in other areas outside of food stamps. He's almost like this guy's borderline like black pill. This guy's borderline just kind of giving up and just like, you know what, whatever, the system's the system. Let's just run it up. And that's not my vibe at all.
I saw that they were sending money to Zanzibar for some other, to me, it just seems like they're sending money over to these shell companies that are owned by our politicians. That's why these bills are for some strange reason, are like 8,000 pages long.
Yeah, that's valid
Because
too.
there's all kind of little sneaky shit that's just placed in, hidden in, buried in. Let the people get their SNAP benefits, because at least the money's staying here. At least they're taking the SNAP benefits and they're buying groceries at an American grocery store. At least the money's going to be circulated here.
That's valid to a certain extent. It's like, yes, I'm glad the money's staying here, but again, that doesn't mean it's free reign for it to be taken advantage of, abused, or so on and so forth.
I don't care who get the money. I don't care if they're illegal immigrants that's getting SNAP benefits. I've heard somebody say Sharkeisha, I don't care who gets the benefits, long as they're here with the benefits. That's what I want. I want the SNAP benefits to go to whoever is inside this country.
That's flawed in itself, like saying, I don't even care if they're illegal immigrants, because then that incentivizes more illegal immigrants to come here and then use up all our tax-paying money that you're complaining about is being sent everywhere else, but now you're also okay with it being given to people that aren't even from here, that are coming here to take advantage of it. There's a lot of holes in that, but I will give credit to that. At least it's going back into American grocery stores, and with this being cut off, it is going to impact grocery stores. It's going to impact the mom and pop shops. I get it, but on the other end, this just shows how it shows how you really do need to take advantage and prioritize of your own life and not depend so much on the government, because the government can be shut down like that. Things can be taken away from you like that. That's why you need a savings account. It's why people need to budget, but something's got to give. And this government shutdown and whole food stamps is nothing new, but it's definitely exposing a lot in the way people are responding and how people always ended up using the food stamps.
I see a racist.
Want to know why I'm not having an aneurysm over people losing their food stamps on November 1st? Here's why.
Come grocery shop. Let's go by faster. One of you.
I don't know why he acting shocked. It's actually something it's a video. Hello, it's something that actually happens. We've seen many countless videos of it. People abusing the system, and it's what I said before. People just need a little food box. People just need a little food box, like the Hungaroo or like the Blue Apron, the Hello Freshes or whatever. You just need to survive. Giving you the food to survive, not starve, and keep it pushing. Because there's no need we to be funding all this junk food when we know good and damn well you can survive off of broccoli, rice, and ground beef. Throw some eggs in the mix, you're good to go. The food stamp should be a stepping stone for you to just not starve.
This is what I pick, and this is what he picked.
That's so much junk.
I tell you what, how about this instead? If you're on food stamps, you get a pre-selected box of meat, bread, rice, food staples, and fruits and vegetables. No more handing you a debit card filled with other people's cash for you to go load up on Oreos.
What is it about government assistance that brings out the racism in people? Most SNAP recipients are white women. It was diabolical for you to find a
First off, why is everything seen as racist? Two, that is a true statistic, but that's the one I always go to, and one that really woke me up to how the media can really twist things and narratives, and you have to always find the truth for yourself. Because yes, is the statement true that more white people are on food stamps? Yeah. Is the statement also true that more black people are on food stamps? Yes, they're both true, and here's how. Obviously, if we're looking at total population in a country where black people make up 13% of the population, of course, there's going to be more white people on food stamps because there's more white people. But when people say there's more black people on food stamps, they're looking at per that race. So if you're looking at all of white people in this country and the section of them that are on food stamps versus all the black people in this country and that big ass section of them that are on food stamps, what you'll find is that there are more black people utilizing food stamps like per black people than whites. That's what that means. So yeah, you're being truthful, but it's not the whole truth.
Find a black woman and use her as your face of the abuse of SNAP. That video.
And it's not her fault that all these black people are out. You can find countless videos of black people talking about scheming the system, selling the stamps, their food hauls, what they're buying, the new snacks that they're trying out and getting. I've personally seen it. It's everywhere.
White woman with her children, but this country loves to give the white working class a sense of superiority over black people. Every dollar spent in the SNAP program leads to $1.50 returning to the economy. It also creates consumers out of people who would not be.
Again, that's just an example of giving us a problem and a solution. Like, I don't, yes, it's great. The money staying in the United States, the money furthering, grocery store sales, and it's staying here, whatever. But on the flip side, it's also not right to just continually be taken advantage of. Like, we're not looking at the whole picture of this.
And that helps everybody who works in the store, everybody who delivers to that store, everybody who relies on that store. Because if you subtract a significant portion of that store's consumers, a significant portion of the consumers to the economy who happen to be working class people who are getting their money from SNAP, then the store will have to raise its prices. If you remove a bunch of consumers, the store will have to raise its prices, and that will make life harder for you, white lady. I know you think that black woman is just taking from you, but what she is inadvertently doing is helping keep prices down for you.
The hell? See, I can follow the logic a little bit, I can, but what I can't follow is this blind, like, it's okay that you're spending this much money on taxes and it's going to this and you're watching people abuse the system because, hey, at least it's staying in the United States. Get out my face. No.
Heartlessness is, whew. But some people find it so easy to be heartless when it comes to poor black people.
And it's not like she said, let them starve. She said send them food boxes, of which we can make the food boxes from the local, the local grocers. All the local groceries, you know what? The government will work with you, put these boxes together, further the economy, still keep it all here, keep all the money here in the United States, and send them boxes out. How about that? That still pleases everything, but that woman ain't heartless. The woman's just telling it like it is.
All right, maybe a hot take, but I don't give a how the freezing of SNAP benefits in a week is going to affect me. I really don't. And it's crazy to me that so many people are only starting to give a that 42 million people, 39% of which are kids, are about to lose their SNAP benefits is because they're starting to realize how it could affect them. Whether that means small grocery stores in their area go out of business or the cost of food rises for them. I don't give a fuck about that. I give a fuck that 42 million people are about to struggle to survive as the weather gets colder, as the holidays start rolling around. That's what I give a fuck. I give a fuck that 39% of them are children. I give a fuck so many of them are disabled or elderly and can't get to a food pantry. I give a fuck that these food pantries are not going to be able to keep up with this.
I feel bad for them too, and something needs to be done in order to get these something's trying to be done. I mean, hello, we saw with the Ground News article that keeps being blocked. However, I do want these people to be fed, but also want, like, maybe the top of the year, maybe like January 1st, all SNAP benefits wiped. Everybody reapply, and when you reapply, boom, you're getting sent a package. I would love that. Everybody gets canceled, everybody reapplies, and then you get your little meal kits and you go about your day. And the meal kits are also put together by the local community, so you're getting fresh groceries and fresh produce. I can rock with that. I can. Because I do feel bad for all the children out there. But again, at what point is our empathy clouding our judgment? At what point are we going to call out the bad parents that just can't close their legs? So at what point are we going to call out the bad parents who can't budget? At what point are we going to point out the bad parents who are just literally depending, like actively depending on the government to feed them? What do we do about that, and where do we go? That's the real question that I have. It's a sad one, but it's the truth.
And as much as I try to push out videos of how people can help food pantries in their area, what they need, how to contact them, how to volunteer, how to donate, it's not enough. It's not going to be enough. There are going to be millions and millions of people who struggle to survive. That's what I give. I don't understand why so many people cannot care about their neighbor unless it starts to touch them. These videos that I'm trying to make to help as many people as possible.
Is that not just life? Ooh, this episode's spicy. It takes a lot of patience. It's going to take a lot of patience. It's going to take a lot of just like processing. Because like, it sucks that so many people are going to have to struggle in life. What is life? We don't live in this society, or at least I don't aspire to live in this society, in this world where everything is easy for everybody and everybody gets access to different things, because at the end of the day, somebody has to fund it. I'm all for it being using as a hand up, not a hand out. I'm all in favor. Like, I will feel bad. I feel bad for the people who are actively like depending on it, that are using it the right way, that only takes the bare minimum, that like, I'm gonna feel bad for them. But at the same time, life, what are you actively doing to make sure that you and your family will be good no matter what happens outside of this home? What are we doing to make sure of that? Do you have meal kits, survival kits? Do you know how to grow your own food? Do you know where you'll go and get groceries? Would you have these things set up? Savings accounts, extra groceries, deep freezers of meat. Like, are there things you're doing to prepare for your family and yourself to survive at X amount of time? Should have learned this from COVID. Like,
I don't want to sound like I'm overthinking it, because I know a lot of y'all can't keep up, but this SNAP benefit situation clearly shows y'all could not survive a world built off natural selection. If the government really stood back, if they just let everything go and let the world be who they want to be without them, y'all would not survive.
That's what I was talking about. Like, at what point will we kick in It's hard, because I do appreciate the benefits. I do appreciate the structure and how everything is. But on the other side, you should also always be prepared and ready to fend for yours and make sure yours is always good. And again, like, you're screaming no kings, but then you want the kings to protect you, to feed you, to provide for you, to make sure everything's all good and dandy. That doesn't make sense to me. And it's evident that you wouldn't survive natural selection, just how the world really is, if you're all up in arms about these food stamps being gone for a month.
I say they just only protected us from invasion of other countries, but you have to do everything else yourself. Y'all would not survive the natural selection. You couldn't get your own food. You couldn't keep your own crib. You couldn't educate your own kids. Y'all would literally not survive a world of natural selection. Y'all response to the SNAP benefits is, don't celebrate the holiday. Keep your money. Everyone's going to be affected because food prices going to go up. Yeah, but this is natural selection. This is how the world moves. Without the government, right? What y'all gonna do when all those wolves start attacking the sheeps? You either gonna turn into a wolf yourself, you gonna follow behind them like a fox, or you gonna be slaughtered. That's how natural selection works. And this one issue with just benefits is showing y'all that y'all are biting the hand that feeds you. A lot of y'all are against the government. You constantly protesting. You constantly talking about them. But then you turn to the same internet where you're bashing them and you're trying to hold them accountable to continue to feed you and put food on your table. They don't have to do that. This is them showing you we don't have to do a lot of the things we do. But they understand the benefits of who they are. And a lot of people take it for granted. You can't be biting the hand that feeds you and then turning around and talking shit about the person who that hand belonged to.
He ain't wrong. Again, I hear protesting nonstop about the government this, government that. But now you're like, I want the government needs to feed me. The government needs to get back on and do what it needs to do. Our taxes, this money gonna go up this. Listen, you gotta play it smart, you guys. You have to play it smart, and you have to take care of your family and feed your family and have a plan for the next month, 2 months of how things are gonna go down. You have to. That's really what this government shutdown shows, and how people are panicking about the EBT. And next month is how many people just aren't prepared for something to change. If you are getting EBT, you would think, now that you have this money from the feds, okay, I'm gonna map it out smart. I'm gonna buy this amount of ground beef when it's on sale, this amount of rice, and I'm gonna make sure that, if I lose this or we go over, like, I'm gonna at least make sure that my family will have food for the next month or so. Like, that's not that hard to do when you really sit down and think about the canned goods and rices and meats. It's not that hard. So on one end, again, I'm all in favor of SNAP benefits just being a meal kit and sent out to the people that actually need it and doing routine checks. And on the other half, it's unfortunate how many people just abuse the system, sell it, buying all these snacks and chemicals and hodgepodge of treats and sugar. It's not fair and it's not right. So all I can really say and hope for is that the person watching this video has a plan set up for themselves on how they're going to provide and feed their family at least for the next month. With or without food stamps, it doesn't matter. Like, what are you going to do? Do you have enough food in your freezer? Are you prepared for shit to go down just like how it did in COVID? And not just that, but if you are on government assistance, what are you doing to make sure that it is just assisting you and that you're not depending on it? Because no one should be depending on the government, especially for food. Obviously, there's other cases, like if you were serving in the army and you got hurt and now the government's paying you. I'm not talking about that. I'm on food stamps right now, okay? And that's just how I feel, and I would love to know your opinions below in the comments. Are you on food stamps? Will you be affected? Will you not? What have you seen? What have you heard? Let us know in the comments below. I love going down there, reading your responses, chatting it up, liking, hearting, commenting. It's the best. And most importantly, it's the best. And I'm incredibly thankful for you guys sharing my content. Again, the liking, the commenting, but also subscribing. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. If you're liking this content, it's helping the channel grow. Cannot believe how far along we have gotten with this channel. And we're just on our road to 1 million, you guys. We are. There's so much planned for this channel. So many new things coming away. Like you guys have seen all this. This like the set being redone a little bit. There's so much happening and I'm actually really excited and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. But most importantly, I have to say that I really do hope that you're doing okay mentally and that you're doing whatever you need to do to take care of yourself however you see fit. And with that, for me, the best thing that's always helped me is just locking in tunnel vision, focusing on my immediate environment and controlling the controllable to get me from point A to point B to C, because that's all I can do. Because it's called going through it for a reason. I'm aware that I'm not stuck there. I'm aware that every season that we're going through, it's called going through it. Like, it's a season of time and it will pass. So whatever you got going on in your life outside of this topic, I'm just talking right to you. I hope that you know you're stronger than this and you will be okay. So with that being said, much love to you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for liking, subscribing. It means a ton. And I will see you in the next video. Deuces.